Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Japanu Toys. We're delving back into my backlog of catalogue Transformer stuff that I need to cover and sell with Galaxy Force Demolishor. I think he was meant to be French or had a French accent in the Cybertron dub. I really can't remember. I also do not remember what he was called in Cybertron, and as usual I don't really care because I didn't like that show. But is the toy worth having or not? Well, let's have a look, and you can judge with me as we go through this video. So let's jump in and have a look at that tasty little blue baby, shall we? So Demolishor in his vehicle mode here is kind of a nice little vehicle. I like the colours on it. I like the baby blue. Not very Decepticon-y, which he's apparently meant to be. But the combination of baby blue and black actually, I think, work quite well together. And the vehicle mode, I think, is fairly successful. It's long, it looks like it should. It's got lots of nice detail sculpted in here and there. I love the fact that the translucent windows are green, and it really does highlight where the drivers would look out of. And the front and the back, where the silver paint is really nice. I actually really like that. That just pops and goes, this is the front, this is the back, here's the detail. It's all very nice and tasty, I would say. And actually from underneath you get a pretty good idea about how this guy's going to transform. He's all fairly tidy. I mean, you can see everything from underneath, but there's nothing hanging down, and you know, when he's on the ground rolling, he looks fine. So what can he do in his vehicle mode? Well, shockingly, he can roll. I know, who knew? We have a missile here for a Cyberplanet key. This guy actually has two, because we have one on the back here as well. On the crane arm. The crane arm can actually swivel outwards on a big old ratchet joint, and it can go up. I know it's shocking, but it can, and that's nice and ratchety as well. The cool little thing about this ratchet here on this joint anyway is when you ratchet it up, this little green translucent bit of plastic appears. I don't know, I like it. It's a neat little hydraulic kind of feature, so that kind of tickles me. Now what you can do is you can get a Cyberplanet key. And what you can do is you can just get this one because it's close by. And it won't actually fit inside this part. Well, not yet anyway. What you need to do is, can it go in? No, it didn't look like it can. Wait, maybe if I fiddle with it more, maybe then it'll go in. Come on. Come on. No, it's not going to work. How about I just extend the crane arm here to its maximum length, and yeah, then we can put in the Cyberplanet key. How about that? That sounds like a much smarter idea, and I should have done that from the start anyway, really. So let's put the Cyberplanet key in, like so, and flick. Well, what's meant to happen is you push it in and it flicks out this blade, but because it's the arm's down, it kind of catches on the thing there, and what can happen is, as you saw, you pull it out and it kind of automatically deploys itself when you're meant to kind of do it like this. Will it work? Will it work? No, it won't, but you get the idea. It's meant to just kind of flick out and be this ridiculously long sword, which would be nice if it locked into place a bit better, but hey, what are you gonna do, I suppose. So let's flick that back in so it's all nice and tidy. But there, yeah, that's the arm. It can swing, it can go up and down, it can extend and whatnot. Again, this is kind of nice because we've got this part here which, you know, you put the crane arm into, and it like that, and it'll just lock it into place, lightly lock it into place so it won't swing about, which is cool. It means you've done it right. And as I said, I like this front bumper. He's not a bad little toy, but let's take him from vehicle to robot mode. Whee! So we go from a very baby blue vehicle mode to a much darker blue robot mode. And yes, he has very big, silly feet, but that's on the basis that he's got a big giant crane hanging off one arm, and off the other arm he's got a big lump of plastic for a missile gimmick and a cab. So I kind of let it go, but it does throw off his overall look for the robot mode. It is still a bit silly. The robot mode I generally find nicely detailed, and the paint is kind of nice on him as well, but he's incredibly kind of just blah. I don't hate him, I just find him very, very average. Nothing makes me go, this is an amazing looking robot. Nothing makes me go, this is a really crap looking robot. He's just sort of middle of the road, unfortunately, I find. And I don't think any color scheme could really help change my opinion on that. The head sculpt is once again nice, but it's not amazing. It's just very standard, I would say anyway. We do have articulation to discuss, so let's have a look at that. Where to start? Where to start? He is a bit wobbly, and this is due to his feet and just how they're placed. His toes, as you can see, are a bit loose because they're so big. The legs can move out, and the toes can move, and I guess the ankles can swivel. We also have a 90-degree bend in the knee here. Let's actually move his arm out of the way so you can actually see. Oh, get out of the way, crane arm. Like I say, 90-degree bend, like this. See, full 90s, I wasn't lying. Put it back. The legs can also swivel and go out and forward and do the usual hickory-pokery, all ratchety and whatnot. Be careful of those toes, of course. He actually does have a waist joint, but it's not at his waist, it's more at his chest. But this is due to the transformation, and it's nice to see that they included it at all, because they could have just gone, leave it. We also have the crane arm, which can still move, though it's a bit awkward to do it. We have an elbow joint, which is quite hard to get at, just because his biceps quite small, and you need to kind of grab his shoulder to really get a good 90-degree bend into it. Like I say, just grab and kind of use that as leverage. We also have a bicep swivel. It can move out of the shoulder, and it can just move at the shoulder as you would expect. All ratchets, all very hard, as I say. This one's a little bit easier to move because it doesn't have as much crane, and if you want, you can break his elbow. That's your choice, that's not mine. Oh, come on, toe, Jesus. The head also swivels all the way around, and I guess if you really want to, and he doesn't want to, but you can, come on. Because of the way the head goes, you can flip the head forward and he can look at his dong, because we all have done that. Like dislocated our heads and looked at our own dong. Whoops, didn't mean to hit the camera there, but what are you going to do? Again, features for the robot mode. You'd be shocked to hear that the crane is kind of his big thing, because it's massive. So let's actually extend it, and yeah, again, the Cyberplanet key isn't really needed, or force chip. This is long. This is a ridiculously long sword, maybe lance thing. I mean, let's get a minifig just to show you how long this actually is. Yeah, here's Thor. This, minifigure size, lengthways. This is just long. This is too silly. I think it doesn't work desperately well. Just slide that back in. I prefer it more of a kind of a punching thing than that actual sword gimmick. It's a bit too silly for my taste, but that's just me. We also, as I mentioned before, we have this side. I did take the missile out for the transformation just to make it easier, but here is said missile, which you pop in there, and it is just kind of hanging off his back, and then you get your Cyberplanet key, force chip, whatever you like to call them, shove it in, and it kind of flips forward the gun. Shockingly exciting, and then flick missile, or spring launcher, and then there you go. That's it. These are all of his features. Does also have light piping. It's actually not bad. I might grab an image of that and throw it in around here, but yeah, Demolishor. That's his robot mode. He is a bit wobbly though, I will mention as well, just because of how his legs are. So should you buy Demolishor? I kind of stick to my thoughts of he's an incredibly average Voyager. For the time he came out, he didn't impress me. I thought he was fine. He did what he had to do. But really, I don't think anything about this figure really stands out or blows you away or makes you go, that's really good. Unless you're really down with the Transformers design, or you like the vehicle or the robot mode a lot, then it's hard to really recommend that you go out and rush to buy this dude off eBay or whatever, because, like I say, he's fine. He didn't do anything wrong, but he doesn't do anything amazing. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope it's been interesting, as ever. And until next time, I will catch you guys laters.